Hi everybody, today you are going to learn single-step equations. We're going to start with multiplication and division problems, and to do multiplication and division problems, you have to multiply by the reciprocal of the coefficient. Multiply by the reciprocal of the coefficient. I'd say it a third time, but I don't feel like it. Instead, I am going to show you a Wolverine. That's Christmas Wolverine, and we are going to go on to the next slide. Two numbers are reciprocals of each other when you can multiply them together and get 1. 4 times 1/4 equals, that's the same as 4 over 1, times 1 over 4 equals 1. 1 over 3 times 3 equals 1. 5 over 6 times 6 over 5 equals 1. Notice how all the reciprocals are just the fraction form of the number flipped. 16 over 1,000. Flip that. You have the reciprocal, 1,000 over 16. With negatives, be careful. Negative reciprocals are reciprocals of themselves as well. You need that negative in there. Negative 2 over 3 is a reciprocal of negative 3 over 2. When you multiply these two equations by the reciprocal of the coefficient, we have this. We have 4, the reciprocal of 4 is 1 over 4. 1 over 4 times 4 is 1. They all cancel. We get x equals 16 times 1 over 4. 16 times 1 over 4 happens to be 4. 3 over 2 times w, 2 over 3. 2 over 3 multiplied to both sides. We get w equals 2/3 of 12 is 8. In single-step problems where the variable's coefficient does not equal 1, that's where you multiply by the reciprocal. When the variable's coefficient does equal 1, it looks like this. So here notice that in each one of these the variable is by itself. It does not have any coefficient. What that means is if you can't see the coefficient, it's really 1. So these coefficients are 1, x plus 17. All you have to do when it's addition and subtraction is add the opposite. Undo or invert whatever is happening to the variable. X plus 17, okay? So subtract 17. Subtract 17. X equals 3. Remember, the goal is always to get the variable by itself. So whatever's happening on that side, you do the opposite of that to both sides. W minus 13 plus 13. 2 plus 13. We have W equals 15. So two numbers are additive inverses of each other when you can combine them and get to 0. So it's really just adding the opposite. So before, if we had positive 13, you take away 13. If you have negative 13, you add 13. But here, 10 plus negative 10 equals 0. Negative 13 plus 13 equals 0. Negative 2/3 plus 2/3 equals 0. Pretend you can see the 0. Now I'm going to take you through some typical problems that you will see with single-step equations. Here, let me bring up the pen. We look the side with the variable. We'll start with number 1. The side with the variable is 8 plus v. We subtract 8 from both sides. v equals 18. 3 plus p equals 8. We look at the side with the variable that's got a positive 3 on there. We do negative 3 to both sides. P equals 5. Minus 15, I'm going faster now. Minus 15, b equals 8. Plus 15, plus 15, n equals 6. I think you get the gist. Here's some more addition and subtraction problems. If you want to see my work, you can pause here and look at how I set up the problems. I'm going to move on to multiplication and division. Okay, we have some multiplication and division single-step equations here. You know it's multiplication and division if we look at the variable, the coefficient of the variable is not 1. If we look at number 11, the coefficient of the variable is 8. The reciprocal of the coefficient for number 11 is 1 over 8. So if I do 1 over 8 times both sides, I get x, because these 8's cancel, x equals negative 104. Divided by 8, that's just fraction multiplication, and then if we do that out, we get x equals negative 13. For here, the reciprocal of 14 is 1/14 to both sides, so the 14's cancel. Negative 56 times 1 over 14, that's b equals 56, negative 56, over 14, and I have to do that out. Negative 56 divided by 14. Let's try 3. 3 times 14 is... 3 is not going to get it. Let's try 4. 4 times... No. 4 will get it. 4 times 1, 4. 56. Okay, awesome. B equals negative 4. B over 18... So now we're looking at number 6. Sorry, number 13. For number 13, we have B over 18. Well, to get B by itself, we have to think about it for a second. What's the coefficient? Well, the coefficient's 1 over 18. You just can't see the 1. So the reciprocal is going to be 18 over 1. And the 1's not really important because we're just going to cancel out the 18s. That's the important part. So multiply both sides by 18. B equals 18 times negative 6. 18 times 6 is 6 times 8 is 48. 4, 6 times 1 is 6. Times 4, that's 108. B equals negative 108. Last one, here's thankfully a simple one. Coefficient of n is 10. The reciprocal of 10 is 1 over 10. Sorry, that's a little hard to see, but hopefully you can hear. 40 times 1 over 10 equals n. The 10's cancel. N equals 40 over 10, and then n equals 4. Okay, this is most of the stuff you need to know for single-step equations. Take care, everybody.